Okay then. Oh, I hope I don't have my settings all screwed up from last time. Well, let's give it a go. And how do I change this friggin' thing? Excellent connection. How nice is that? After the trash from last week. I wish I knew how to change the name of this stream. Oh, that's not good. Do. Is anyone here? So today on the stream, I got. I should probably just start. Whether someone's here or not. Actually, let's bring it out a bit. That's a little better. So I got a Kickstarter and got a bunch of these weird things. Look like nipples. This is from Dr. Tabletop. This is for taking your standard Games Workshop paint pot and turning it into a fancy dropper pot. However, we got some fancier technology that I didn't have to get from a Kickstarter called dropper bottles, which is really easy to do. So when I heard about these crazy ass nipple things, I thought they were utterly ludicrous because I went and bought myself a bag of these dropper bottles for very cheap. And I'm like, why do you need crazy space age nipples when you got perfectly good dropper bottles? So I figured, well, I can't really say that until I get some of these and try them out. So I went and got some of these. Anthony. Hey, Anthony. Welcome. Jacob. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, look. I have a real stream. What does the quality look like for you guys? Because I've got... Oh, I think it's just my playback. Oh, yeah. Okay. My playback's just on low quality, but... You got a bunch of dropper bottles and never bothered transferring, Jacob? Come on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as an opportunity to show you how friggin' easy it is to transfer from a dropper bottle and that you don't really need to do this. While also doing a review of this thing. So I guess what I'll start with is these are from this dude called Dr. Tabletop. He had a Kickstarter. I think it started almost a year ago. To design these nipples that you stick on your Games Workshop paint pots so that you don't have to open them the standard way. And it's an ingenious design. It's pretty cool. It goes on top. This thing's squishy. It's got a stopper, which is surprisingly difficult to pull out. Urgh! Jesus. Yeah, so it's even got a little stem in the dropper, or the plug that goes inside this, and this is all squishy rubbery. And it's good quality stuff. It feels thick. So this goes in here. And then you can do this all day long and nothing's going to come out. So cool design, sure, but then you also just have these, which have all that stuff included in the pack and all built in. Got a dropper on it, got a lid. The only problem is that you need to repot them from the Games Workshop pots to your own pots. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of give you a rundown of this and then give you a rundown of how easily I do this, because I bought these two contrast colors and I'm like, well, I could very easily put two of these things on them, or I could transfer them to two of these things. So yeah, I got my bag, $20 for 48 of these, and it comes with your dropper bottles, comes with your... These are all different little packages. Your dropper nipples. This is riveting stuff, I assure you. And it comes with your lids. So yeah, I bought these back in 2017, I think, because I had a bunch of Games Workshop paints, and I'm like, God, I'm so tired of having to fish these things out of the weird Games Workshop pots. And yeah, I bought 48 of them in 2017, and I've not used them up yet. I think I'm getting down to my final, 8 or 10 or something like that. And then, of course, I bought these separately. Dr. Dropper Bottle, whatever, Dr. Tabletop, he'll sell you these as well, but anyway. So I got those agitators for fun. Yeah, so get this out of here. The main thing with these that they sell them on is, get the hell out of here, is they're like, oh my god, it's so easy to get them onto your Games Workshop pots, and then what happens is you get your thing open and oh my god, you spilled it. Oh look, your Nuln oil isn't going all over the table. See, no leak. Oh, a little bit of a leak, but I got it back in there. So yeah, oh my god, it's not going all over the table. But guess what? You got your hopper bottles, same deal. You can roll these things around all day, no leaks. Like this is a little gummy, but whatever. It gets a little gummy in here, but who cares? So we already solved that problem. But yeah, okay, I get it. You're lazy. You don't want to have to repot your stuff from a Games Workshop bottle. It's not that hard. So with these, the other selling feature is that you get it closed. You can shake it up, and then I should say hi to people. Hi, Hutch. Jacob Foster finally made one. What are you talking about? Jacob is always here. Are you joking? Oh, Hutch finally made one. Gotcha. Anyway. Cotton oil paints. That sounds dangerous. Hello, Blitz Mechanica. I hope your thing that you were doing Tuesday morning went well. Anyway, so yeah, you got these paint dropper things, these nipples. You stick them on. They're squishy at the top. So what you can do is you can very precisely put your little drop of paint. Oh, I just want this much. Oh, look. That is a very pretty precise thing. You can squeeze out. I've seen the guy take this and like paint models with it, but I think then he's just kind of like joking around. But you can do that with this. Shake it up. Go. Do a little drop. Same deal. Okay, so that's the benefit of these, that you can like drip it out, drop it out. But at the end of the day, like this thing is in here pretty securely. It's much more secure than I thought it was going to be. But if I had to take these things and throw them in my pocket and like wander around with them, I mean, not that you do that very much, but like if you're just putting them in a bag, I would happily throw these in a bag. I've traveled with these, like put them on in a Ziploc bag in my carry-on or something and paint it on a plane. These, I would not feel as safe with them because what if I like squish it and what if it like wrenches? Anyway, but I'll show you the application process for them. So I've got an empty paint pot here, probably from one of these that I transferred. So what you got to do is you got to get the lid off the Games Workshop pot. Let's bring this. So you get, okay, this is hard. This is something that's easier done with a tool of some kind. Where are my sculpting tools? Okay. So yeah, you got to get your initial, just say this thing's full of paint. I'm going to do one later. This one's full of paint. I'll stick one on there. So you got to get your lid off your Games Workshop pot without spilling it. Good luck. So I think he made it look really easy, but it's actually kind of a pain in the butt. Come on. This is not easy. All right. Let me not stab myself with this sculpting tool. Okay, so you can get something in there, and you can get this off. Okay, that comes off not so bad. So once you got that off and you got your paint in here, you just take one of these things that has other paint on it. Great. And you just go like this. And you're done. How easy is that? I guess easier than transferring from one of these to one of these, but I'll show you how to do that easily. Anyway, so that's what you do. And then theoretically you can take these things off and put them on a new pot if and when your pot dies. Again, not easy. Probably good because you want it to keep stuck on there. How the hell do I get this thing off? Oh god. You don't got much leverage here because it's all squishy. Anyway, theoretically you can take them off. I'm going to leave that one on for now. But this is a pot of actual paint that I want to maybe put one of those things on because this is a bit larger than one of these dropper bottles will hold, I think. And it's an air paint, so I guess it makes sense to have a little nipple thing on it. So the part where I don't stab myself. Come on, buddy. This is also the part where I don't spill my paint all over my desk. Not something I really worry about when I'm transferring, but... Oh, it's coming off. There we go. And then you just shove the nipple on there. And it's tight. And then you shake it. So, kind of cool. You can see the color here. And shake it up. Try some dropping. Bingo! So, works as advertised. However, the issue with these is that I got 10 of them. And I don't really remember how much it was for the Kickstarter. I think it was about 20 bucks to get 10 of them. But I went and did some quick mathematics for you. What can I write? So, you got these fancy nipples. And if you were to get the cheapest, or no, the smallest amount you can get is you could buy 12 of them. And for 12 of these fancy nipples, it's going to come out to, it's something like $26.70 or something like that. But it comes out to a cost of $2.20 per nipple. And I can't remember, this is all in US funds. I can't remember like what paint goes for right now, but I feel like that's like half the cost of a Games Workshop paint. So the cheapest you can get these is if you wind up buying 50 of them. It brings the cost down to, what did I calculate it at? It's $1.70 each. So cheap, right? Oh, only $1.70, you know, it's so convenient. I can put nipples on all my Games Workshop things. However, if you go and buy these suckers, you can buy a bag of 48 of these for, so 50 of these comes out to $85. I looked that up. It's 85 US to get 50 nipples for all your lovely Games Workshop paints. And that's $1.70 each. You get 48 of these dropper bottles. That comes out to a whopping $18.72 from the place I got them from, which works out to 39 cents each. So it's really a question of whether you're in it for convenience or for savings. These things are built very well. They feel very nice. It's like a tough rubber, which is cool. The nipple thing squeezing out is nice. That's a very deep, like, I think the peg even goes further than the actual cap. So that's cool. I wouldn't trust them in a bag the way I'd trust these. And it is the case that when you have these, you got to store them all upright like this. I guess you could store them on their side because they don't leak or whatever. But I've already got a solution that I found online because everyone uses like Vallejo paints. So my solution, it's over there, I can't really show it to you right now, is that I've got a bunch of PVC pipe arrayed in like a grid, and I just slide these things in there like that. And then I can see the color on the base of them. This one I put like a white or something on the bottom so I can see the color of the wash. But I have a whole honeycomb of these up on my wall. And I got all my paints there and I can just pull them out. I don't want to store paints like this, standing up on those paint racks that take up like your entire workspace. I mean, they look impressive in your pictures, but I don't care because I don't paint that much. So I can store all of my paint in like this briefcase that I mounted on the wall in this grid of PVC pipe, and it's super convenient. So in order for me to flip to these, they got to be really damn convenient because I've already repotted pretty much all of my Games Workshop paints, and especially with contrast paints, because I bought a bunch of those. They are the easiest thing in the world to repot. So it's really not that more convenient to be able to pop one of these onto them for me, because I've got my setup. And what is my setup, you ask? Well, I will show you. Let's see if I can get the best angle. Okay. I swear I will be back to YouTube comments in a minute, but I feel like I've gotten down this hole. I should probably just continue down it. So, looks like you guys are having a conversation on your own anyway. That's great. All right, so I got this PVC pipe. You can get it. That's like the exact diameter for like Vallejo bottles or anyone that uses that kind of dropper bottle design. I can't remember what the diameter is. I think it's like a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch. I mean, it's not like I have a measurement thing right here. Let's see. So it says it looks like it's about 1 inch diameter, or like literally what you do, you go to the hardware store, you take one of these with you, and like a true man, you go up and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that fits. Okay, that's the PVC I'm buying. So I bought, I think, 8 feet of this for, how much was it? It was maybe 20 bucks, 30 bucks, something like that. And then you just get you can get a PVC cutter, which is like $5, and it's this thing that clamps around it and goes around it, and you can just cut it and make this huge, I think I've posted pictures of it before. I think it's on my Instagram on my like saved workspace story. You can just make a whole like honeycomb kind of thing of these things side by side. Anyway, so in order to make it easier to fill my little pots with paint from, say, Games Workshop Contrast, I took one of the plastic bottles, dropper bottles, I cut it right here, and I made a funnel. Very complicated, I know. So then all you have to do when you want to transfer paint is you take this guy, you stick it in the holder, because I just stuck the holder down here with some super glue and some epoxy sculpt, and then you take your little what the hell is this called? Funnel, and you stick it in like that, and then you got a funnel. And then you take this and you shake the crap out of it. Should have been doing this before. Kevin Bloom, dang, I watched a video earlier as I'm starting with sculpting and wondered if you would do live streams. Yes, Kevin, I definitely do live streams, and I'm usually sculpting on my live streams. I don't know why I'm messing around with paint for this one, but I'm just doing a quick review of these nipple things, and then maybe we'll get back to sculpting. So yeah, once your contrast paint is good and shaken, it's the easiest thing in the world because contrast paint flows so well. Yeah, I'll get you a better angle on this, maybe. Oh, can I even get in there anymore? Let's see. All right. So once your contrast is good and shaken and it doesn't have too much sediment on the bottom, God, we're going to be here all day. Oh, before this happens, you go over here, you get one of your metal ball bearings, and you take it and you stick it in there because contrast paint needs an agitator. And then you take your Nasdrag yellow. Hutch, the dropper tops, are they harder to squeeze than a standard dropper bottle? I would say that... Oh, this is not a Vallejo bottle. I wish I had a Vallejo bottle. Because the Vallejo bottles are a little more sturdy. These ones that I bought are they're pretty flexy. These ones feel... Because this is like a plastic. This is a rubber. And it's thicker. So it's a little harder to squeeze than this is. Anyway. So... Take your contrast, make sure it's good and shaken, open that sucker up, and then, because it flows so well, all you got to do is this. And you wait, and it drains down. You do a little more. Don't fill up the funnel. And it drains. Keep draining, buddy. If you're obsessive, you can like flip this thing upside down and then try and get it all out of there. But realistically, I've still got paints from 1997 that I never finished. So that's good enough. And then all you have to do is clean out your funnel with some water. There's some claims that water screws up contrast. I don't really know if that's true. So yeah, once you got it, it's funneled in there. Let's readjust. So there's a little bit in the funnel, whatever. I'm not precious about saving paint. It's really easy with contrast. I would say that if you have contrast paint, you pretty much have to repot it because it's so easy to just pour it. It flows so well. If you got like a more painty paint, you might lose a bit. Like I was doing it with this weird eyedropper thing and eyedroppering it from one thing into another. So yeah, just chuck this in some water, clean it out, and then you got your contrast paint in there. All you got to do is take one of these little nipple things, stick it in there, clicks, take your cap, stick it on there, and then one of the easiest parts is that these labels come off real easy. So you just peel off your contrast label, line up the middle because that's the part that matters on the bottle, and just wrap it around. Bob's your uncle. Congratulations, contrast colors now come in dropper bottles. So sure, that takes a little longer than prying the top off this thing and sticking a nipple on it. But at the end of the day, this cost me 39 cents rather than costing me $2.20 for one of these, or $1.70 for one of these if I bought 50 of them. Build quality is nice. I can't really fault it for that. I still feel like this is going to be safer in a bag rolling around than this is. But if you have those annoying painting racks that take up your entire workspace and you have a bunch of Games Workshop bottles sitting like this, you can get these for them. But to me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense because of the cost. That I would be paying $85 to get the same number of these that I can get for $20 if I buy these. And for me, I have enough time to do this. And I already have a bunch of Vallejo paints, so it's kind of in my best interest for all my paints to be in the same bottles and like arranged the same way. Like I explained, I have this storage system, so I can just pop them in like that, and it's really satisfying because it's this big grid with all these different bottles. So I like that, and that appeals to me a lot more than the idea of having a bunch of these sitting on a rack side by side. So for me, I've got these now. I guess I'll put them on the Games Workshop paints that I don't really want to put in dropper bottles for now until I use up all 10, but I'm definitely not going to buy any more because I'd much rather buy a whole whack of these and just keep them all in the same format. Because it kind of says something that these pots are at such a point that you got to invent something like this to make them as useful as this, which is what everyone else uses. So I'm a little biased because I like dropper bottles. I've been doing this for a while, but hopefully by showing you this contraption and the idea of making your own funnel out of a dropper bottle, I've kind of cured your fear that this is complicated and difficult, because it's really not. And the complicated and difficult is the reason that people can make lots of money doing stuff like this. Just take the time, man. It's like sculpting. You just got to learn to do it. Once you do it a couple of times, it'll work just fine. I've transferred, I think I have 10 or 16 contrast colors, and they've all been transferred. It's super easy. Yeah, so that's the process. Anyway, enough painting bullshit. Does anyone have any questions? Nipples for everyone? I'm going to show that comment for a Sprite. Thank you for getting that in there. Does anyone have any questions about these weird nipple things that we're reviewing? Or do you have questions about dropper bottles that I can answer for you? That. Oh, I should just look at the questions. Thanks for sitting through my review. Okay, way back. Oh my, you guys have been active. Oh, Kajan, glad you joined up, buddy. Good to see you. Hard to squeeze the paint out. Hutch, when you're asking is it hard to squeeze the paint out, you're talking about this thing, right? You're not talking about a normal bottle. It's not that hard because when you tip it upside down, this thing is loaded with paint. So there's more resistance in it than you would in a normal dropper bottle. But you have pretty good control at squeezing just a little bit out. Kajan, Games Workshop is not selling dropper bottles. I think Jacob answered this, but these things came off of Kickstarter. So there's a guy who's selling them now, but he did a Kickstarter, and I thought they were ridiculous and that you should just buy dropper bottles, so I figured I'd buy some to review them. And that's what you're witnessing today. What kind of bottles are you using? Oh, the bottles that I have, I bought them from a US site. In fact, I bought them from a US site, and I paid shipping to Canada for them, and then I had to pay duty on top of the shipping to Canada, and they were still cheaper than these nipples. So it's SKS, and I think the URL is sksbottle.com. I don't necessarily recommend them, it's just what I got, but you can get dropper bottles like anywhere. There's a number of people who sell them on the interwebs, but if you're in the US, you might be able to get them from SKS. Might work for you. Certainly worked for me. They're not, my bottles are not the most, like, I got them for $18.75, so they're not like the most amazing things in the world. I do store them on their side, and they're okay. Sometimes they get a bit gummed up, but it's okay. The only thing I've noticed is that with these ones, if you don't, because they don't have a collar here that some of the bottles have, if you don't screw this thing down like tight, sometimes you can get a little bit of leakage, because there's no indication here of a collar that's like, okay, I've sealed it, I've screwed it into the collar. So you just got to make sure you screw it tight, or else that you might get a little bit of leakage. But I haven't had any significant problems with them. Yeah, dropper bottles do have a smaller diameter, so you can fit more of them in a... Like, look at the diameter here and the diameter here. Like, am I wrong to say that that's almost half? Is not half, but that's like 2/3 smaller? More, maybe. So you can store a lot more of these than you can of these. And really, the only reason that they have this diameter is because Games Workshop sells them like this, and they expect you to open them like this. And they need a wide base so that you can set it on your workstation and take your paint out of them. But then we all see what happens to those. This happens, and then they spill everywhere. So yeah, they're fatter than they need to be, certainly. See the cunning plan of Games Workshop. Remove the cap from the tub. Or you guys are talking about oil. I don't know about oils. Talking about Bob Ross. Kajan, I wouldn't order glass bottles. I don't know why you would use glass bottles unless you're using something weird that interacts with plastic. Sorry, I'm just going through comments. I'll be back to the stream in just a minute. Just got to catch up. Regor, I like that. Regor Miniatures. It's not fair for Games Workshop designers. They worked hard to make those spillable bottles. I think they just bought these from like some company or something. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. They did work hard to make these spillable bottles, but that's too bad. I mean, I love the old hex pots because I'm old school like that. Oh, what the hell happened? I just lost all the comments. Yeah, contrast paints versus airbrush paints, Jacob. Everyone says that contrast is like, oh, just put it in airbrush, no problem. But I found that when I try to use it, I do have to dilute it a bit when I put it in my airbrush. Personally, I don't know, that's just my taste. But yeah, I foolishly followed some like amazing painter on Instagram, and he was like, yeah, look at what I did with the contrast paint. And it was like this magical, beautiful creation. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be able to do that with my airbrush and my contrast paint. And it was nowhere near as good. Yes, Kajan, you can make your own contrast paint. I'm too lazy. See, I won't spend money on this. And I'm not too lazy to do this myself. But I'm too lazy to make this myself with normal paint and some kind of medium. Because I tried this and it works. So I'm gonna, as much as I'm like, don't waste your money on this, I wasted my money on this. So whatever. I don't know what a pipette dropper bottle is. Is that just like a fancy dropper bottle? I'd love oils. Okay. Maybe I should try oils. They scare me because they're not water soluble, but whatever. Hexpot. Oh, Chris, you're horrible. Hexpot screw top. Do you like pain? Because that's what the Hexpot screw tops are. Pain and dried paint. That's all they were good for. I mean, I have some. I got a whole box of dried out Hexpot screw tops that I could pull out if you want me to, but I don't think it's really worth it. I don't know this pipette shit, Kajan. You're beyond my level. Maybe it's your humidity. Jacob, I think humidity is an excuse that people use when they're shitty with an airbrush. It's not that humid where I live, and I don't really think I need to worry about that. If you live in the Amazon, you can complain about humidity. Yeah, like Kevin, you're right. The Games Workshop does expect people to just kind of drop money on their store because it's convenient, because it's all in one place. Like, I get that. And I, have fallen victim of that, but, also not. Yeah, Hutch, happy to take one for the team. Buying bottle tops so you don't have to. So, if you got the cash and you're lazy, and you got a bunch of these, and you got a fancy paint rack that you keep them in, this is the expensive, lazy way to turn this into this. But it's expensive, and you better be lazy. And you better have a paint rack that needs your paint pots to be this big. Because I can't fault the construction on this. The construction's good. Like, this is on here, and now, like, I can try and wrench it off, but it's not coming off. Like, it's coming up here. I'm starting to get worried, but it's pretty much on there. And, like, this thing, you gotta, like, really wiggle it to get it out. So, like, I don't know what would happen if you really, like, wailed on this, if it would pop off, or if the top would shoot off, or what would happen. But, like, it's good construction. It just feels unnecessary if you have the patience to put your paints in dropper bottles. Okay, so that's that. I was actually hoping that David was going to be here because he sent me something and I was going to open it on the stream, but he's not here. Probably because it's like 3 a.m. in the UK. So, oh well. But yeah, that's nipples. Nipples for everyone. So I'll put the rest of my nipples away and save them for something good. I gotta get this nipple off here though. Man, that's gonna be challenging. Come on, you little bastard. How easy is it? Oh, Christ. How easy is it to remove one of these? This is not that easy to take off. Ah! Oh, Jesus. Better hope your paint pot is empty if you're doing that, because otherwise it's going everywhere. Now I gotta find out what to do with these. I got a bunch of these. I'm like, I can make scenery out of this. Or some kind of weird thing for holding putty, but I can't really put it together. Or like this. I feel like Weirding's Way would have something amazing to do with this. But I'm not that smart. Can you? I don't know. Anyway. Junk pot! Okay. Let's get this junk out of here. I'll put them in the bag with my dropper pots, so when I run out of dropper bottles and I get lazy, I can just revert to these. Put you guys in there too. Don't really feel like transferring this right now. Do that later. Let's paint junk out of here. I love this thing though. Works really well. Just don't drop it off your top shelf like I've done several times. This will break off. Okay. Should I do some sculpting? I wasn't really sure about sculpting tonight, but empty paint pot for Y-Wing engine pod. That's a good idea. Oh my god, there's like a party going on in comments. What's going on, bros? I'd like to link an image of what they look like, but if you ever bought Liquitex inks, they come in... Oh, I have a Liquitex ink. I know what you're talking about now. I got that shit. This thing. This kind of deal. Where you... Oh. Ah! Someone told me that white ink is... Actually, Vox told me that white ink... Was it Vox? I think it was Vox. Told me, this is the pipette? Pew, 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 pew. Fancy. I think I'm not that fancy. That's pretty fancy. So yeah, that makes sense. Kevin, my solution is visually more appealing. You mean this is visually more appealing? To you? How do you mean? I missed the part where they were expensive. Who sells the tops? Chris, I don't know that I should really be like promoting the tops because I had to buy them and I don't really think they're that great. But they're called drop tops if you want to look them up. Use MTG. Okay, so what's the plan for today? Yeah, I don't know what the plan is for today. I haven't really figured that out. I'm gonna go dump my painty paint water. So I guess I should make a plan for today. Oy, oy, oy. The other thing I was gonna plug is that on a stream a while back, I very confidently told people, oh, if you want one of those awesome silicone shaper doos that I have, you just let me know. I got an unlimited supply of them from Germany. I can send them to you, no problem. And then I talked to my unlimited supplier in Germany, and he was like, hey, I don't work anywhere near that place that sells this thing. Where's the... Hold on. Let's make this better. Do. So, oh, where did OBS go? Hello, OBS. What the hell? Did I just kill the stream? Okay, well, let's see if this continues. Oh, Force Sprite, what are we drinking? We are drinking... I'm channeling my inner Avasarala right now, and I'm drinking Lagavulin. It's like wiping your... Oh, no, that's her talking about swearing. I'm drinking Scotch. Although, I don't know if I'm streaming. Oh, I am streaming right now. So I'm drinking Lagavulin in honor of Avasarala. Ah, good times. It is fancy. It's Scotch. Okay. Oh, Kajan, you're in Germany. And the only place I source them is a business-only art supply store. Without having my own business, you can't buy from them. Hey, Kajan, can you hook me up with them? And I can buy them. I can, like, create a business to buy from them because I want these. So, yeah, if you see this is the amazing silicone shaper that I got. Okay, wait. We've got a better system for this. I've talked about this before, but let's talk about it again because why not? This is the amazing silicone shaper that I got from Hydra. And it's my absolute favorite thing because it's weirdly rounded and not too pointy. This is the pointy kind of one that I can get here in North America. Here's one that's like slightly less pointy because I've worn it down. But this is my go-to, and I like the hardness of it. It's kind of comparable to this. It might be slightly harder. So because I was like, oh, no problem, I can get you these. And then Hydra's like, no, I can't get these. I went on, well, he helped me go on a mission. And I found these super cheap silicone shapers from Amazon because on the preview for them, this looked like this. And I mean, that's pretty close. Oh wait, I'm not zoomed in. Hold on. Go away. I don't want you. So, if you look at them, this is pretty close to that. I mean, that's closer to that than, like, I guess this is, sort of. But it's still not there. It's still not perfect. It's still a little bit pointy. It's also the case that this is very firm. This is not that firm. This is not that firm. This is super firm. But they're very cheap, these ones. And you get a set of like 5 of them for like $5 or something. And I thought there was a tool here that I don't have. That this is intriguing to me. I don't really know what we would do with that, but maybe. This is your standard. Something about this rubber though, it like, how do I explain it? I don't know. It doesn't feel as awesome, but I mean, it could work. So if you want, you get these from Amazon. God, what are they called? Now this is going to be a challenge. They are called... One moment, please. Gotta go search through the archives. Oh no, that's PK Pro. They are not the right ones. So they are called... They got a really weird name. So you get them on Amazon. They come from China, I'm pretty sure. And the name is... The brand? It's not something that's pronounceable. It's HZTYY, because you need 2 Y's, IER. Hiztier. I don't really know what that is, but that's the brand of silicone shapers that you're looking for on Amazon. HZTYYIER. And it was a 5-piece, says 5 PCS set. Silicone color. Shaper, something like that. Okay, so this is what you're looking for on Amazon. His 5-piece set silicone color shaper. The dead giveaway is that when you look them up, they have 5 different colored handles. They were $6.29 Canadian, which is super cheap. Like, that's stupid cheap. So you should be able to get a deal on them if you can find them on Amazon. Although there was 2 left and I bought them. So maybe that's just Amazon.ca. Maybe you can find them on your Amazon. I don't know. So yeah, that's like the Desperate Man's bullet color shaper. Maybe I should try and sculpt something with this. Maybe that's what we should do. We should test it out. See how good the hits color shapers are. Oh, come on, pen. Okay. Commie Art Artist Sculptural Supplies Tool Sets. What the heck is that? I feel like I might have seen this Commie Art thing. I can smell it from here. Oh, the scotch. Okay. Oh, David, you're here. I have one of those as well, but it's also very stiff. Those look good. That weird tools for making filleted corners on whatever you're sculpting. What the heck is a filleted corner? Anyway. Hey, Mark. Welcome, buddy. Okay. David, you're here. Good. Because the post also arrived, and this thing came in the post. I shouldn't... Oh, look. Dr. HS painting handle. I wonder what that could be. Dang. Sorry, slight detour. Told David that if he showed up, I would open my package. Oh, look, it's got a little like Modern Synthesis logo thing on it. That's pretty cute. Ta-dang. Oh, shit. Don't cut your leg in excitement. You did a very good job packing this, buddy. That's all I have to say. How the hell do I get into it? All right, old-fashioned way it is. Survey says, ooh, look at this. Look at this fanciness. Look at this soft, what is this? Is this like 18-ply toilet paper? It's looking pretty swank. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. Seriously, buddy, what is this? What'd you pack this in? Oh, it's not a sex toy. Woo! Oh, wow. This stuff really likes your wood. That is a fuzzy, fuzzy disc. Oh my god. It's giving me like that weird nails on chalkboard feeling. It's snowy. Mr. Pink! How cute is that? Let's get this out of here. Oh my god, I'm going to be taking this stuff off for days. So this looks like a very fancy stand. And this looks like some chucks. Oh, the different size ones. Nice. Get this out of here. This stuff is lush. Oh, what is this? Oh, there's a thing. What is this? Sticky parts? For sticking it? Is there anything else in here? Did I miss anything? Nope. I believe that is all. Dang! And where is... So this... Where the hell did the handle go? What the hell did I do with it? This was made by David. It's a fancy Dan... Is my focus all messed up? Let's turn this on. Oh, this is auto. Okay. So this is a fancy Dan sculpting painting handle made by David. So you can pop it out. You can use it like this. Ooh, that feels very nice. It's very yielding. I like it. I like that it's pink. I like that it's got a Y on it. So the idea is just like a, I can say drill press, a pin vise that you can put bits in. So what have I got? Let's find something to put this. There you are, little bugger. And then it goes in here. So you can, look at that. How nice is that? So David makes these. If anyone wants one, you can get one from David. I believe he's on Instagram. His hashtag is Dr. HS Painting Handle. So look him up on Instagram. All right, what am I going to put in this? So I got this guy. He's got a little... I want to do some sculpting on him. Could shove his pin in the chuck. Tighten it up. Bam! Look at that. So you could hold him and do all kinds of sculpty bits on it. That's rather convenient. And it does go in there rather well. Just got to find a way to get all this cotton wool off. Because it is very fond of this base. Man, it looks good. Thanks, David. Okay, what are we going to sculpt? What, you want me to do actual work? Come on. What is that even? Oh, I'm going to use this weird tool and see if it works. I feel like I should be sculpting something large if I'm using this tool. Let's clear off Mr. Pink. If I get some gaff tape, I can get this stuff off. Ugh. What are you guys saying in the comments? See, the Kami Artist Sculpture Supplies tool set. That sounds familiar. I feel like I should look that up because it's either really good or it's not good at all. Because I'm on this like quest to find people cheap silicone shapers on Amazon, and usually it is very disappointed, and they do not turn out very well. What's it called? Kami Art Artist Sculpture Supplies. I'm just gonna copy and paste that. That's probably the smartest bet. Okay, let's try this Kami Art thing. Do I know it? Show me. Oh, that looks about right. Oh yeah, it is. It's Kami Art. Yep, except for that one's more expensive than the one I bought, but they look identical. So I guess I got the discount version before they sold out. I don't know. Thanks, Colin, for finding those. Yes, that's definitely it. Kami Art Artist Sculptural Supplies tool set is a set of big fat silicone shapers that have kind of a bullet tool in them, which might be cool. Right. Large sculpting. So maybe not this guy. Maybe the other guy. What can I sculpt on a Dominatrix? Oh, Adam, hey buddy. Welcome. This is a bit of a random ass stream. Oh, Adam, you missed my review of the drop tops. These things, the weird nipple tops, but you'll see that later, or when you review it. I compared these to this in terms of cost and difficulty. So that was the first part. Okay, what are we doing here? Got to get at all the pieces before we decide on what needs to be done. I could attach a zone throat to it. Okay. I have one of those as well, but it's also very stiff. What are people talking about? Interview with... Oh, Colin, after seeing that interview with Malak, I definitely need to do that Dactylus sculpt I told you about. Yes, I want to see this Dactylus sculpt, Colin. I want to see all the Dactylus. I'm glad you saw the Malak interview. That was really fun to do. And he's... I don't know, a lot of people remember him fondly, so it's cool to be able to share it with folks. So hopefully people enjoy that. Okay, cotton wool, talked about that. You didn't get the Citadel brand butt plug. Not good for sculpting. Oh, Colin, do not worry. I have me some Citadel brand butt plugs. In fact, these things are so useful when you got something on a base that they've made me just like glue shit on bases randomly to be able to use them. And then I'm like, I should get many butt plugs because I'm a painter. I'm a serious painter. I paint all the time. That's a lie. So I went out and I decided I was going to get all these butt plugs because I only had 2 or maybe 3. And I haven't used them since. They're all sitting on a shelf over there. But yes, I do have the Citadel brand butt plug. The only thing I wish is that there was a bunch of ball bearings in the bottom to make it heavier. But it is pretty good. And as you can see, I use it for airbrushing. It's got all the airbrush stuff on there. And I started doing this thing where every time I painted a color, I put like a hash mark on the side in the color, and then forgot I was doing that. Didn't do it anymore. But this is a different beast entirely. I think this is going to be more useful for sculpting. Okay. So, what are we going to do? Talked about sculpting something large. So yeah, while I was away and I wasn't streaming, I got some more work done on the Dominatrix head. I guess I should show you this up close. It really bothers me that I can't see OBS anymore. What have I done with it? I mean, I'm still streaming, so all is well, but it means that whenever I do something like this, I've got like a 3-second lag on, or a 20-second lag on whether you guys can actually see it or not, and then I can adjust. So yeah, this is the head for the Dominatrix. So I sculpted in some kind of like, oh, there we go. Now I can see what you're seeing. I can sculpted in some gums around the teeth. I filled in the top and the bottom. Did some filler on the bottom. It's not that exciting, but I did it. Oh no, I hadn't done that already. I filled in this part. I did like some sculpting in the end of this thing. I cleaned up the targeting track down the top because the idea for how this is going to work is that this is going to plug in here, and then there's going to be a zone thrope up here. And it's got a big cannon on it. Oh shit, you can't see that because it's too far away. It's got a big cannon on it, but the cannon is not the primary weapon. The primary weapon is the zone thrope sitting on the back. So the idea is the zone thrope sights down the cannon, and this is like a psychic focusing rig for warp blasts or whatever. Yeah, so that's that. I was pissed off at this before, but I cut down the plates. Like did we sculpt these? I don't know. I might have sculpted these on stream. I can't remember. But I cut them down to make them less shit. And I sanded in. This is the benefit of using epoxy products. So I think I used Epoxy Clay on this. It might have been Fix-It, but I could just sand the shit out of it and cut the shit out of it up here. Because it's so hard. If that was green stuff, it would like not go well. You can't sand green stuff very well. Okay. And then I got started on some feet, some dancing shoes. Oh wait, I don't have a hole for that one yet. But That's left. This one's right. So started on those, kind of. I feel like I should do an arm. I feel like testing these tools with an arm or a leg would be a good thing to do. So let's get these little bits out of here. Let's get our Kami Art Supplies cheapo silicone shaper kit. The only thing that pisses me off about these, and the reason why I'm testing them out on this big guy, I should change my focus, is that they're big. Like, they're real big. Like, this is the size that I normally work in when it comes to Tyranids and stuff, and like this is the size of the Kami Art Supplies. So that's cool, because I had these for big, and they were a bit unwieldy, because they're, well, this long, and these ones are this long. So that's actually kind of convenient. But in terms of... Oh, so that's a 4 in terms of paintbrush measurements. So I guess these are 4s. In terms of... This is a bit harder than this, but maybe that's okay. They're certainly more convenient lengthwise. Okay, let's get these out of here. I kind of want to attach this gun, though. Okay, Colin, I bought a set with ball styluses on the other end, and the silicone on them was really bad. I don't know if it's the same ones you're looking at, but I did have an issue with those. But like the thing with these, when you're buying these on Amazon, they're so stinking cheap that I often just like test them to see if they're going to be good. And when they're not, I think that maybe I should, you know, send them out to people or something. I haven't done that yet, but maybe. Got a little bit of contrast paint in my water bowl. That's always good. It's going to look vaguely like pee. Fantastic. Okay. I have to move some of this stuff out of the way. Oh, I'm going to need to store those somewhere so I don't lose them. I'll put them in my fancy new box. I like how pink this thing is. It's like super pink. Yes, I dig. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's try this. Is that chuck big enough? Probably not. Probably need that. Oh, maybe. That does not feel happy. Let's try a big one. Big chuck. So the silver one's the biggest. Let's try that one. So just like a pin vise, get this off, get that in, this in, get the pin in the chuck. Where do I want to pin it here? What feels better? This is cool. I like having this option. Gonna be like. Let's try this. I hope I don't live to regret it. Okay. Oh, it's moving a little. I think that chuck might be too big. Actually, this one's pretty big. This is what you tuned in for, right? Switching chucks, trying to decide what to sculpt. Let's get down there. Let's see. Oh, that. Why is someone screaming outside? Oh my god. This one's too big. This one's too small. What is this? Goldilocks and Three Bears? Oh, that's pretty solid. Although, it kind of bugs me that it won't go in all the way. Oh my god. This is exciting stuff. No more fingers in your putty. Yep. What are we talking about? Yeah, Colin, tell me how your set goes. I hope you get a good one off of Amazon. That should go all the way in. Why is it not going all the way in? Oh, it will go all the way in. Just gotta be forceful. That sounds bad. Oh, I don't want to break this. What the f... Too well built! I don't understand. Screw it. We're doing this. Boom! Okay, chucks away before I lose them. And now I need some putty. Where is the putty? What kind of putty are you going to use, Mr. Pink? Oh, goddamn, that thing always falls out. I want to be quick, so let's use Epoxy Clay. Yeah, Blitz Mechanica, I noticed that the thread on the Citadel paint handle, this is really good if you have one of these and you want to be intrepid. That screw, or that thread, is the same as a camera, or the same as a tripod mount, so you can screw that into the bottom of the camera and carry a camera around with your butt plug if you want, or screw that into a tripod and have your miniature on a tripod. So that's kind of fun. It's a neat trick. I don't know what to use it for, but it's a neat trick. Have fun memories of looking at... Yeah, Peter, you should definitely watch the Malak interview. Good stuff. We actually, in the interview, we go back and we look at his website through the Wayback Machine, and it's kind of bittersweet and kind of hilarious. Okay, I don't need this big boy here. Let's go. Well, maybe we'll sculpt on him. Okay. Operation Get Something Done after all of this lollygagging. Thanks for putting up with all the lollygagging. Let's sculpt some shit. So, I'm using Epoxy Clay. It's like Epoxy Sculpt, but it's much harder. And the reason I'm using it is because I feel like, I don't know. I thought about using a mix of green stuff and Epoxy Sculpt today, but I'm going to go with the clay. It's a little firmer because what I'm doing is building up this arm structure, and I use clay here, so why don't I use clay here? So this is just like epoxy putty, epoxy sculpt or green stuff. You take equal parts, it's probably more than I need, but whatever. Equal parts part A and equal parts, this stuff is a little messier than than green stuff. A little messier than epoxy sculpt as well. Equal parts part A and part B, that's more or less equal. And you mix them together. Make sure you keep your fingers wet so that they don't stick to your fingers. When you're using epoxy, Aves Epoxy Sculpt or Aves Epoxy Clay, that's epoxy with an A, not an E. When you're using these products, they give off a silt, so just have some water handy to rinse it off. Or use gloves, if you're more patient than I am. The first discovered him through the 4th edition Tyranid book along with Victoria Lamb's Lictor. Are you talking about Victoria Lamb's Lictor diorama? I didn't know that was Victoria Lamb. I didn't realize that that Lictor diorama was her. Mark is still toying with getting some NIDs but don't know what to get. Mark, if you were getting NIDs, I would suggest that you start with the Zoanthrope because it's the most beautiful kit out of the whole line. The Tyrant's cool. Carnifex is pretty good, but I'm still holding out hope that they get us the new warrior, the recut warriors are pretty nice. I'm still holding out hope that they get us a new line, like a Necron redo on the Tyranid line. I used to say that I don't think the Tyranid line needs that, and that if people think that they're going to redo the Tyranid line, they're dreaming in Technicolor. And then I saw what they did with the Necrons, and I'm like, okay, literally anything is possible. So I'm going to aim for the stars. I'm going to say, hey, let's redo some Tyranid models. Because, fun fact, the Gaunts and the Warriors, I believe, are from 2001? Are they from 2000? They're old friggin' models. Like, they've aged pretty well for old friggin' models, but they're old friggin' models. Okay. So this is getting more or less mixed. But yeah, in terms of Tyranids, I don't really love the larger beasts right now, like the Toxicrene and whatever the other one in that one is. I always call it a Ceravor, but that's not what it's called. The psychic one. those kits leave me cold. My Set Explorer, whatever they're calling it, Tyrannocyte, it's okay. There's some good bits in there, but it's also just kind of fleshy. The Hive Crone has good bits, but I feel like as a model, it doesn't work for me. It's too fat to be something that's supposed to fly as a Tyranid. You know what's really good? The Gargoyle models are pretty good. Tyranid Gargoyle kits. I'm only talking about the plastic kits. I guess they still have fine cast, but don't go anywhere near that. What else? The Raveners are okay, I guess. But the Zoanthropes are amazing. They're fantastic. Okay, so... Is this how I want to hold this? Let's see. David, if I decide to not use the handle, it's not you, man. It's me. I'm finicky. Apparently I love shoving my fingers in things. Okay, so you got your putty. You got your sculpting thing. You got your tools, because we're going to try these things out. And the other thing you need is your Nivea, your cream. It puts the cream on its tools. It puts the cream on its tools, or it gets the hose. You don't need this much cream. So just moisturize the back of your hand. You only need enough to get a thin oil on it. And it keeps the putty from sticking. See that? This is very creamy. That's all you need. So it's not super white or anything like that. All right, let's see how these weird little silicone shakers work. And I tend to keep the putty on the back of my hand. The Nivea on the back of my hand, so that I can always access it. And when I forget and I rub this on my nose, I get a very moisturized nose. But someone asked me recently, they're like, oh yeah, if you use the Nivea on your putty, do you need to wash your putty after? Or do any kind of treatment on it? Not at all. If you only put that much Nivea on your tool, you're not going to get too much oil on the clay. I have never washed anything that I've sculpted, and it's all been fine. Okay, so there's going to be a hand here. How are we going to do this? Build up this part. Because I feel like I should do like a substructure and then the upper part. Like this kind of rib sort of thing. But fuck it. Just go to town. I don't know if I need this much. When you're sculpting things this big, I sometimes start with my fingers because I feel like I get more control, and then I can refine it with the... Let's change the setting. 1 sec. Let's see if that works. So I start with my fingers because I feel like I can get more control and kind of like moving it around. Mostly because it's this big. If this was a smaller model, I wouldn't be able to use my fingers. But just to kind of like get the putty into the rough shape that I want. Let's try and move this because it's in a really annoying position right now. Let's try that. So I want to kind of pick that up. This is pretty good. I don't know that I need to do much more with that. Maybe I should look at a reference. I don't tend to do that. I tend to just wing it, but, you know, sometimes a reference is fun. Oh, I don't even have an arm in here, do I? Well, screw the reference then. Okay, so get it into the rough shape. Oh, that's not good. It's kind of sliding. Don't want that. Don't want that. So I started this kind of shape here, and I want to connect it across to here, around these ridges that I put in. Okay, I'm just going to kind of stretch the putty out to blend it in with what I sculpted before. I should be using a silicone shaper for that. What do you know? I've of course got hair in my putty because that's what I do. Smart like that. It's not my hair. I don't know where it came from. Some kind of fuzz. It's kind of black fuzz. Okay. Getting close. Oop, down here it's getting, I can feel there's an air pocket underneath, which is not good. I gotta get it nice and tough. Okay. I wonder. Does that feel natural? Well, let's see. So, oh man, the cotton fuzz is everywhere. So you got your Amazon cheapo silicone shaper. Let's see how it works. Well, it's firm, that's for sure. Let's try... No, this one. Oh, geez. It's very firm. That might be a little too firm. I mean, I guess you could get used to it, but I'm certainly not used to it. Is this a weird angle? This is a weird angle, isn't it? Maybe let's try this thing, this weird thing. Did we say it was for a chamfer? What was that? I don't know. Oh, I don't like the weird hard angles on the edges of it. That's annoying. This thing? Maybe? They're so hard. They're not soft in the least. Of course, I go back to the rounded edge. That's what I always like to work with. Smooth this stuff out. I guess I don't need this right now. Yeah, I'm not loving these Amazon tools. They're very firm. Colin, I hope you... Wait, Colin? No, Colin, yeah. Colin, I hope you haven't bought them yet, because they're very firm. I would not recommend them. I don't know if I want like a softer silicone than most people, but they're very firm. I mean, it's good to have firm tools too, because sometimes you need firm tools, but like where you want something that's closer to metal and isn't as soft and yielding. But I'm not feeling these. I'm going to probably put them in the box, forget I have them, and I might use them at some point. Got to bring that further up, because I didn't sculpt ribbing that low. Well, actually, that's kind of nice. Bring this around. So, question, has anyone seen Tenet? I know that we're all like COVIDed up now, and I don't know what the theater situation is wherever you're living, but I'm in Canada, and theaters have been open here since, I think, since the end of August. And Tenet came out at the end of August, and I absolutely love Christopher Nolan. Like, Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve, like that, those are my go-tos, alongside Darren Aronofsky. So when Tenet was coming out and COVID happened, I'm like, no, I need to see Tenet. So I finally went and saw Tenet last week. Despite all our paranoia, we went online, and fortunately our cinemas, you can choose your seats, and it shows you how many seats are sold. So we went for a Sunday show, and there were 0 seats sold. The limitations in Canada, or I guess in Ontario, our part of Canada, is that you can have maximum 50 people in a theater, and the theaters here seat, I think, at least 250 people. So it was really weird that on the day before the show was supposed to be, there were 0 seats sold of 250. I guess of 50. So we're like, yeah, let's do that. So we bought 3 tickets for that, and we went, and we were, there were 6 people in the theater. 3 of them were us. And yeah, it was a weird experience. Actually, it was kind of a sobering experience, because I came out and I looked at like the almost empty theater outside, like no staff, no concession people, nothing like that. And I just thought to myself, can theaters really survive this? Is Tenet maybe the last movie I'm going to see in theater without really realizing it? Because I'm all for COVID precautions, but I don't know that theaters can survive with their current operating model with this. But what I wanted to say is that if you want to see Tenet, and you're going to go see Tenet, and you haven't seen it yet, please, for the love of God, go see Tenet in a theater that has closed captioning. I don't care how good you are with English. I don't care how much you hate reading movies when you're watching them. The sound in it is so bad. Like all the soundtrack's good. The sound effects are good. The audio for the dialogue is so low. I can't really describe it other than the fact that my buddy, who is, he's a recently become Canadian. He used to be Russian, but his English is amazing. He's got no problems there. But because the dialogue was so low, and I guess because English isn't his first language, even though it's his very close second language, we got out of the movie and I'm like, what did you think? And he's like, it's weird, but I felt like a dog watching a human movie. Like I watched it and I saw all the like action and stuff and I was like, oh yeah, this looks really amazing. But I didn't understand anything. Because you got these guys in the movie and like already the audio track is not good. It's like super low. And it's like kind of garbled and stuff. And then one of the kind of, I don't want to spoil anything, but one of the things in the movie makes them wear masks a lot and respirators and stuff like that. So if you've ever watched whatever that third Batman movie was called, I think The Darkness is Your Ally. I was born in the dark with Bane and all that. If you're familiar with Bane and how Bane spoke in that movie and how kind of unintelligible he was, that's basically Tenet. Except it's the whole movie and it's every character. Like, you can understand them for most of it, but there are key times when you need to know what they're saying and you don't have a fucking clue. I'm like, I know that was important, but I don't know what they just said. So that was the only fault that I had for the movie. Cool movie. Very timey-wimey. Horrible audio mixing on the dialogue tracks. So save yourself. Don't make my mistake. If you do see Tenet in a movie theater, if you feel safe, get a movie theater with closed captioning, because then you'll actually know what the hell's going on. But other than that, it was pretty cool. It gave me like Inception tingles, which was fun. Yeah, he's still a good movie maker. He just needs to figure out the audio. Also, if you've seen Tenet, or if you're going to see Tenet, Estonia says you're welcome. There's the scenes where they actually tell you they're in Estonia, and then there's like the scenes where they're in Ukraine, but they're also in Estonia. There's a lot of Estonia in that movie, which makes me happy, because that's where my people come from. And there's actually a point in the movie where, okay, this might be a mild spoiler, so, headphones for the next like 10 seconds, but there's a point in the movie where they're like, he's like, oh my god, was that an Estonian? I thought you said you knew Estonian, because they're in Estonia in the scene. And the guy's like, no, it sounded like they were speaking backwards or something. And I was like, that would explain why it didn't sound like Estonian to me. But I thought that was kind of cute. Maybe a dig at Estonian, sounding like people speaking backwards. I don't know. So no one saw Tenet. Okay, just me. I needed you guys to back me up on the audio so that I didn't think I was going crazy. Now I just think that maybe I'm going crazy. Okay, let's get a shape in here. So this tool is serving me okay. It's still very firm, but I'm making it work. I really just want to get in here with my fingers. That's what I usually do. Let's try this one again. God, it's so firm. I mean, it's okay, but it's just really firm. So I don't want it to just be like, I'm trying to get like a kind of indent, convex shape. So it like kind of shrinks in and then flares out at the wrist. Also, I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it and kind of seeing where the putty takes me and like what kind of shapes it's leading me towards, because that's what I did up here and it turned out really nice. Also, I'm really glad I'm doing this tonight, because I've been feeling kind of overwhelmed by the Dominatrix. I feel like there's so much to sculpt on it, and I need to like sculpt all of its limbs. And so far I've done this part, and I'm really happy with it, but I need to do this part and this part, which I'm kind of happy with. This part I'm kind of happy with, but I need to do down here, and then this part I'm pretty happy with, but this is okay, but then I got to do this and this and this, and then I got to do 2 more limbs for the friggin' thing. So whenever I'm like, yeah, I'm doing really well in the Dom, it's getting close, it's going to be done soon, I'm like, God, I have to sculpt all the arms in the world. So maybe I just have to suck it up and sculpt arms and not be so precious. So this is pretty good, but see how it's like, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like faceted. I guarantee that if I were to use the Wonder thing, the Wonder tool, that would not happen. Actually, I should try this because this is the same size, but it's softer. God, this cotton stuff is everywhere. So I'll just lube that up. So this is a softer silicone. I don't love this tool because I feel like it's too like floppy, but I don't know if you can see that, but those faceted marks already gone because this is soft. So that's I guess why you need a softer tool. It gets you softer lines and not like edges. Unless you're going for edging. If you're going for edging, if you're going for armor, this is probably good, the hard stuff. But if you're going for organics, if you don't necessarily want that faceting, get a softer silicone shaper. I just got to get in here with my fingers. Pardon me. Are you guys still out there? No one's chatting. Have I lost you all? Or are you just mesmerized by the sculpting? I'm going to tell myself it's that. Oh man, sculpting is just so mesmerizing. That's looking pretty good. This is something I learned when I was doing the Infestation of Casamet Prime Tyranid table that we won the award for at, what was it? Games Day Toronto 2008. That was when I really experimented with sculpting Tyranid terrain for the first time. And I was like messing around. Oh God, this fluff. The fluff, it's everywhere, David. I was messing around trying to sculpt big Tyranid terrain with these things. And at a point I was just like, fuck this. I'm using my fingers. And it was amazing. And then you can go in with the tools and kind of like fine tune it. But when you're getting like a rough shape, your fingers are the best silicone shapers a guy can have. It's looking pretty nice. We're getting an edge in here. Can you see that? It's kind of happening naturally. Because it's a Tyranid arm and this is the top of the arm, I want this part to kind of stick out a bit, and then I want to cut it back here. Oh, we're getting a big lump down there that I should just take off. Oh, that's not good. It's like, okay. Let's see here. These weird Amazon tools. That's the one I'm looking for. Lube her up. What about The Expanse? You guys watch The Expanse? You better watch The Expanse. I'm a big fan. I've got a song from The Expanse in my head. I'm All Alone, but the Belter version. From Delta V. Sentime solo. If Forest Sprite's still here, she knows what I'm talking about. But she's probably off doing something more important. Like a master's. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, I think the raccoons are dancing on the roof again. You fatties. Cut back, man. Is anyone still here? There's 18 people here. Not saying a thing. Are the comments busted? Nope. Okay, well, I'll just keep going. But what do I want to do in here? That's more or less good. Okay, so he's gonna have like, he probably shouldn't have a big spike coming out the back. I can always fix that later if I want it, but I could do this. Oh, it's too late. I fucked it up. Like, these tools are okay. These Amazon tools, Colin, if you've already bought them, you shouldn't just like throw them in the bin when you get them. Just know that they're very firm, and that if they're your first silicone shapers, that maybe you should also try to get some softer ones. Silicone shapers come in a number of different textures. Usually the soft ones are white. Are you seriously calling me right now, dude? Yo, dude. Oh, he's gone. Okay, never mind. What is going on? Oh, OBS stopped displaying chat. What? OBS stopped displaying chat. You guys... Oh, can you guys not see the chat? Oh, what the hell is going on? Okay, I don't know if I can, like, stop this and start again. Apparently someone is trying to save me from myself. What? Yeah, I can't... Oh, I can't see the chat, but you guys can see the chat. Okay, great. How do I fix this? My OBS just died on me. It's, like, not open, but, like, magically it's still streaming on YouTube, and I can't open OBS anymore. Fudge. So, okay. Boyo, you want to read me some chat questions? Are you working? Can you do this right now? Okay, let's see. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god, you're in the past. I said that like 10 seconds ago. This is going to get annoying.
I'll mute you. What do you... There we go. I'll mute you. Okay.
Thanks, man. Thanks for saving me from myself.
No worries. How far back? But I first have to finish my lecture project from Kajan. Understand? Thanks. Everybody just says they're too busy sculpting.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad people are too busy sculpting. Thanks.
Yeah. I said that soft tool sounds like a sex toy.
Soft tool does sound... Okay, sex toy. Have you seen this thing? That David made for me? Definitely a sex toy. Yeah, with the like really intense piece of like hardware on the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Sex toy. You gotta make a collection of your tools that could be mistaken for sex toys.
Oh, dude, you want to see my like new collection of sex toys? I was going to show people this, but I don't think it's that important. But I don't even know if I can get it in the frame. Speaking of like weird collections of sex toys, I got this like... Oh wait, let's do this. Because this is very important. I got this like...
Let me get a bit more of the chat, okay?
Sure. But I got this makeup case, and it's like my favorite box now.
One guy wants you to keep doing Bane voice for sex toys.
The Bane voice... Are you sure that guy isn't you?
No, it's not me.
We could do Bane voice together. We've got practice.
Rivets use sprinkles, cut them in half. I saw someone use straw, cut in an angle, used to poke out a piece of putty that plates as rivet. I haven't tried that method myself. They're just talking too busy sculpting, Storyman hobbying, OBS stopped displaying chat. Terrain Tutor also had a lot during his lockdown streams. I mean, you said we didn't talk. I think you're saying that nobody was talking, and then everyone got on the chat and was like, we're talking.
Yeah.
And you're like, nobody's talking. And you're like, we are talking.
Okay, so technical difficulties, folks. Thanks for chatting. And thanks for calling me to tell me about the chat.
No worries. I was busy chatting with my coworker about Raised by Wolves.
Aren't you working right now?
There's nothing to do right now at work. Sports day is on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So I'm doing hobbying.
Isn't it Silver Week there right now?
What? It was Silver Week.
Okay, and you guys were in Niseko,
4
right?
days off for a single day.
Nice.
Anyways, you show off your sex toys?
My sex toys? These are my sex toys. You're seeing them. Got some silicone things. I got this box. I was up at the cottage, and I was dropping off the garbage at the dump. And they have this like section where they have all the like metal shit that people are throwing away. And right on top was like a pink chrome box. It's a makeup case, I think.
Right.
But it's so nice. And you know me, I'm obsessed with boxes, so...
I think humans are obsessed with boxes in general.
You think
It's
so?
like, oh, another box. Another by Kajan says, Raised by Wolves was/is strange.
Okay, don't say too much about Raised by Wolves, because I'm a little bit behind. I think the last episode I watched was episode 4 or 5.
Oh shit, you're behind.
Yeah. Well, we were watching at the cottage, and then wifey was like, why don't we watch this at home and just enjoy the cottage? And I'm like, okay, I guess.
It's hard though because like you wanna watch it like at least 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah, because they release it 2 at a time. If anyone doesn't know about Raised by Wolves, it's a sci-fi series on HBO, or if you're in Canada.
The director is, or some guy's involved with it, but Ridley Scott's involved in it.
Yeah, Ridley Scott directed the first 2 episodes, and then his son directed the next 2 episodes. But
Shit.
so Ridley Scott is kind of dead to me because he did the fucking thing where he released Alien Covenant, which was garbage. I love Prometheus. I'll take that to my grave, but Covenant was trash. And then after releasing Covenant, which was trash and like universally poorly received by people, Ridley Scott declared that the Alien franchise IP was bankrupt and that he's basically everything that could be done with the Alien franchise IP has been done, and it's not really worth making Alien movies anymore. And I'm like, screw you, Ridley Scott. You drove this thing into the ground, and now you get to decide that there's no more Alien movies? Like, what about Neil Blomkamp? So, anyway.
But Mr. Pig doesn't hold a grudge.
No, I definitely do. But anyway, I gave Raised by Wolves a chance, and I'm glad I did because it's really good. The premise is that in the distant future, humanity fucked up, and their only chance for survival is babies being raised by androids on Kepler 22b, a distant world. And really good production values, really creepy. I think, is that what Kajan said, that it's really creepy?
Yeah, strange.
It's definitely strange. I definitely agree. It's very strange, but I think in a good way. Oh, this is weird.
Well, like, the thing I love about Ridley Scott is just his production. That he makes amazing things to look at. And that show, like, you can get really turned off when you first see the two androids because they're just wearing silver bodysuits, and you're like, this looks like dumb robot sci-fi.
Yeah, that first episode when they're in their ship, you gotta, like, really stick with it because it looks bad.
But, like, where they live, they kind of set up this colony. And, like, in your mind, it's such, like, the design of where they live, it's so distinct that you can picture, like, if you close your eyes right now, you could probably picture all the buildings.
I can, you're right.
Set. And it's like, I just love the stuff he makes. The Mithraic kind of costumes are really, really cool.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry. I gotta read more comments. He could have included tall-beaked aliens with quills to Alien, and it would have been cooler. That was Joshua Ornelas. I can think of a lot of things you can do with Alien, except with the crappy prequels. That's Kajan.
Kajan, don't diss Prometheus, man. That was good times.
With respect to the people that haven't seen it yet, I shall withhold comments on Raised by Wolves. That's Kajan again.
Yeah. God, why is there so much hair in this? What is wrong? Oh, it's this fucking packaging. Sorry.
Your pink thing is releasing fur?
Yeah, this pink thing, it has all kinds of fur on it because David packed it in this like really nice cotton batten so that it doesn't, you know.
I think David said that the cotton should wash off.
I was just thinking of burning it, but then I thought it might damage it.
I'll clean this with fire.
It's cotton, it'll burn, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but the stuff is everywhere. God. Oh my.
Is that a stand? The pink thing?
Yeah, so, oh, did you miss this part?
I was chatting with my coworker about Raised by Wolves.
That's fine. So it goes in here. It's like a handle, but it's also a stand. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Oh, you'll see it eventually. Yeah, so it's a stand. It says Mr. Pink on the bottom. It's got like a Modern Synthesis Y on it.
It is such a sex toy.
It's a sex toy, and it's even got a metal part here. All it needs is like an engine, a motor to. Okay, we're not getting into that. So there's, it's
to help the stuff.
Help the sculpting. Yeah, you know.
Did you do a showcase of painted stuff today? Paints?
I did. So what I did is I got the this Kickstarter. Oh, you can't see it yet. The drop tops, the thing where you take a Games Workshop paint pot and you stick a nipple on it.
Okay.
And then you can squeeze out the paint from the nipple. So that was the beginning of the video.
David said he's sorry the cotton band was all he had. Somebody said way to go. Joshua Orneas. Kajan said no need to be sorry, David. It will come on.
Yeah, David, man, you made me a base. You don't get to apologize.
Peter Hampson said, speaking of aliens, what's your opinion on the old Kenner alien toys?
Good.
It was hilarious that Alien of all franchises got a kid's toy line, but some of the figures were cool. All of the figures were cool?
All of them, Peter. We had the bull. What did we have? The bull alien, the ape alien, and I think that was it.
No, we had Ajax.
Oh, we had the scorpion alien.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't have it.
What? No, scorpion.
We did not. We didn't have it.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did, man. We had 3.
We did not.
We had the ape one, which was blue. We had the bull one, which was red, and the Oh, maybe we didn't have the scorpion.
There was something later, I think, that we got. What the fuck was it? Do you remember the Queen?
We didn't have the queen. What?
Oh, you didn't have the Queen.
Come on, we didn't have the queen, did we? I don't think so.
Melt it if it's silicone. He said if you're blasting with fire. What? Silicone isn't flame. What?
No, silicone is specifically not melty.
No.
It resists high heat. That's why you cook with it.
Come on. I thought we bought some of the later ones. We had a bunch of the first gen.
We did? I don't think we got any later ones. I think our parents bought them for us, man.
Perhaps.
Why does every conversation we have descend into action figures? Hey, Marco, why don't you come on the podcast? Let's talk about your Star Wars toys. Hey, Hydra, come on the podcast. Let's talk about your toys.
Oh, that video you released, the Hydra or the Marco interview, really good.
You were on it. What do you mean, really good? Like you never knew what was on it.
You edited it. You edited it really well.
I did. Oh, thanks. It just only took me, like, literally 6 months.
Yeah, but you had to do a lot of cut and pasting. Oh, Peter Hampson says, I have the Mantis alien. Got it at a convention.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got funny arms, though.
Mantis arms? Would that be the funny arms you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Oh, this is getting...
A miniature sculpting channel descends into talking about models? No way. That's good job.
Toys. We're talking about toys.
Toys.
Let's not pretend they were models. I guess they are models. They're just models sold as toys. I think I'm going to stop on this soon because down here it's getting kind of like loose, which is not good. I've left some air gaps underneath it. But I need to put one of these in it. A window dealie. And I wish I had a reference for a Tyranid arm. God, I wish I had a Tyranid arm kicking around here somewhere. What the hell?
How long have you been streaming for?
Since about 8. I was going to stop early, but... Yeah, like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Oh, this is what I do with this when I don't want to hold it. How convenient!
Blitz Mechanica says if you use a blowtorch, you will melt the
silicone? It's like, is that a challenge?
The Holy Hand Grenade says, Jesus Marie, they're minerals.
This sounds like a reference.
See how you do the window. Don't you see how you do the window? That's Kajan. Do the window.
I did the window before. This one on the other stream. He's talking about the Tyranid vascular. This is not the tool I want for this. Am I really gonna force?
Painting a Tyranid like the aliens.
Sorry.
Does Mechanica ask if you ever consider painting a Tyranid like the aliens?
There is someone who, what's his name? God, he used to be called.
To do some windows for his lictor.
He used to be called Morbid Monstrosities, but then the whole Sexy Warhammer Ladies thing happened, and then I think he changed his name 13 times, and I don't know what he's called now. But he made some terrain, some Tyranid terrain, and it was very like alien xenomorph inspired, and he gave it to me, and I felt bad because I said I was going to paint it for him, and I never painted it, but I wanted to paint it in kind of like xenomorph style. So not painting an actual Tyranid in xenomorph colors. People do that and they call it alien nids. I'm into that for other people. I'm not into that for myself. Because I feel like...
Why don't you take one of the old metal Hormigons, put some Gene Stealer clans
You mean
on
the...
it and make it...
You mean the xenomorphs? The straight up xenomorphs? Yeah.
And just make one xenomorph and then you can give it to Kajan.
I could do that. I could do that.
Kajan said he must have missed making the window. He's got to make a window on a lictor.
Okay. So the way you...
Holy Hand Grenades comment was a big Breaking Bad reference. Jesus Mary, they're minerals.
I don't remember that part. So, Kajan, the secret to the window is that you don't do it this way. This is not the way to do it. The secret to the window is that you sculpt this stuff first, and then you put this stuff over top to kind of like define the area. I did that on the... you can probably see some of it on the streams about the Gun Beast, because I sculpted all this stuff, and then I formed the window after with an upper layer. That's easier than what I'm doing now. However, if you don't do it in that order, you can do it in this order, which is like you make a window and then you sculpt in the stuff after. But make sure you don't do it all at once, because then you'll just like screw it over. So now I got to cut this part. Well, actually, maybe I could sculpt all this at once. How fancy would that be?
Don't spread yourself too thin.
Yeah, / don't screw up something by putting my tool in it.
Oh, did you get that picture of my tiny, tiny caution tape?
What? No?
I sent you a picture. It's a modeling company in Japan makes like a very thin tape that it's caution tape.
Is this on... Oh, I'm putting my finger in it. Is this on
It was
Instagram?
online. It was online.
Why did I not see that?
Whatevs. No worries.
How's the kid?
Good, but he's in Hakodate. Wife's farming.
Farming. Nice.
Oh, he's got a fever.
Oh, no!
Whatever. He's apparently happy with a fever, so...
He gets to play in his grandpa's garage. Of course he's happy.
Oh, shit, yeah. And, like, he's obsessed with Ikumi's mother.
He always was. Wait, don't use names.
Oh, sorry. I don't think there's any more. Maybe OBS has stopped showing comments for me. Good job, thanks for the pointers.
Thanks. Yeah, so you can do it this way, Kajan, where you like you make a gap and then you peel out the extra and then you go back and you sculpt in the ribbing after. But the easier way to do it is to sculpt the ribbing first and then sculpt the window around the ribbing. That's what I would recommend. Thanks for doing this, Boyo.
No worries. It's still working, says David Hills.
The OBS. Okay, good. See, now, my issue here is that because I sculpted this part, and then I sculpted this part down here, there's a lot more depth here, but...
Oh, shit, my coworker's coming in.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Talk to you later.
Oh, he's gone. No, he's gone. He saw me on the phone and left.
Nice.
No,
Shit, what am I doing? Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't try and sculpt the ribbing right now, because I don't think it would have gone well. So I'll sculpt this window, and, like... There's not enough depth here. Like, these two parts are basically at the same level.
Would you dremel out the stuff below to give you more space?
No, I just add more on top.
Alright.
So I'll do what I said to do, where I'll sculpt the ribbing here, and then I'll add more window up there. Because I gotta, like, kind of bulk this up anyway. Where's the weird Amazon tools?
So if you were to summarize the themes of this stream, what have been the ongoing themes?
This stream today?
Yeah.
That you don't need to buy nipples. You just can buy dropper bottles.
Yes.
And that Games Workshop pots are too fat. These nipples. You don't have to buy nipples.
Please don't show me your nipples.
It's a family stream.
More stuff coming on. Kajan said, I figured the way you do it right now is probably more practical for the extended thigh I am doing on my lictor. Colin Duffy says, rumor has it you can get a good xenomorph look with a base coat of silver and a lot of black ink. And then Kajan said, I'm not sure I can squeeze another layer of putty on top of a thinny thigh. I think he meant tiny thigh. Kajan says, depends on which xenomorph look. They have a lot of colors.
Kajan, for your lictor, I would say that if it's what's it called? Fine cast, you can like drill into that if you need to get down to sculpt in the ribbing. That's an option. If it's pewter, that'd be harder. But if you're making it out of plastic, it's conversion, then you should be able to like dig into that.
The nice thing with drilling pewter is if you're using a pin vise, it goes so slow that you can really kind of, deeper, you can kind of inch it along.
Yeah, that's a good point.
People gotta quit bashing pewter so hard.
True.
Holy Hand Grenade said you could use black ink and medium metal, metal medium. Oh, I do have some of that.
Interesting. Yeah, the xenomorph, like, I like it for xenomorphs. It doesn't really appeal to me for Tyranids. I don't know why.
Right.
But, like, people do alien nids, and they do a really good job, and I really appreciate it. I got nothing against alien nids. It just doesn't speak to me. Oh, I feel like that's getting weird now. Shit.
Oh, I was wondering, if I gave you a Gundam kit, would you build it on stream one time?
If you gave me that Ava Perfect Grade, I would.
Oh, Ava Perfect Grade. I have this really cool...
Real Grade? What's it called? The one the Weirs did.
Yeah. I have a really cool Gundam. It's, what are the bad guy Gundams called?
Actually, the bad guy Gundams are interesting. I might do that.
I'll send you a picture of it. Because I bought it, and it's sitting in Hakodate, and I've got another Gundam I want to build instead. We got, Kajan says, it's Milliput and green stuff right now on Wire Amateur. I'm extending a Tyranid Warrior thigh by like 3 armor plates because it looked too puny on the lictor I'm doing. So it's Milliput green stuff on wire armature. He's already made it. I guess he's going to build on top of that armature.
Oh, yeah.
I'm extending a Tyranid Warrior thigh by like 3 armor plates.
You don't want to get that too thick. But,
yeah, right. I'm keep bashing a Neurothrope with a Warrior and custom grasping claw like a mantis. Man,
oh, nice.
I really like mantises.
That sounds good.
Holy Hangren says, "Oh God, I have a Gundam Wing Gundam I've been sitting on for about 2 years now." David Hill says, "Have you seen the neon rods that Dice and Demons have done Instagram at all?"
I don't know what that's all about.
Neon rods, Dice and Demons. Rick Sand, first posting I've seen so far. It's not
Welcome, Rick Sand.
Watch about Zerg. What about Tyranids? Zerg Tyranids.
Oh, there's someone who does Zerg Tyranids on Instagram. He does an amazing job. What's his name? Oh God, he did such a good job. He's like Spanish.
Zerg Tyranids.
What?
What if? Because what the hell is that company called that does 3D printing? Sells 3D printing files.
No, they're not 3D printed. This guy converts them.
Gamwire. They have a big mutualist that you could get high grade.
Oh, there's someone else, Tech something, who does. He did a mutual Hydralisk, which was pretty good, but hold on.
Hydralisk is the big stompy boy.
No, that's an Ultralisk. Hydralisk is the one that shoots. The like one that's the step up from Termagants, or not Termagants. Sorry, Zerglings.
Kajan said Reddit had someone post 3D printed Hydralisks. Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna try and find this.
That should say. So David Hales said, "Have you seen the neon nids that Dice and Demons has done on Instagram?"
I have not, but I do like neon nids. Hold on, I'm gonna try and find this.
Neon nids Evangelion.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Below his farm.
Where is this dude?
I have to do Yosakoi on Saturday.
You are doing Yosakoi? I'm so jealous.
Oh God, I freaked out at them for making me do it again.
Are you doing it with the kids?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Year, it was kind of a punishment, and then basically they went to the other male staff and were like, "So can you do the Yosakoi this year?" And they're like, "Nope, we're not doing it." And they're like, "Well, Craig did it last year. He'll do it again this year then."
Why was it a punishment?
Well, because my other coworkers don't have to do it. The English teachers.
Yeah.
So typically, if one of us does something, we all have to do it. And then this was the one situation where I had to do something and nobody else had to do it. And I kind of freaked out because I've been asking for months if I have to do it, and my coworker's like, "Don't worry about it. No one's mentioned it."
Okay.
One of the workers informally asked, "Yeah, sorry."
Good story, but I found the guy.
Cool.
He used to be called Sancho Craft. Like Sancho Craft, and he did some friggin' amazing Zerg Tyranids on Instagram. So that's on Instagram. It's Sancho. Oh yeah, he's still here. And then Craft, Sancho Craft. Let's see if I can pull it up. Like, look at this. I don't know if you can see that, but again, I have no OBS, so I have to wait a couple of minutes before you see anything.
Who's a Rickard? Welcome, Rickard.
Let me know when you can see this, Craig.
Hello. Also, hello. First time I can watch live. I normally watch the vids. Rickard Sand, first time watching.
Oh, Rickard, nice to have you. Okay, you guys are seeing this now.
Is the guy who asked about Zerg Tyranids.
This is Zerg Tyranids. This is Sancho Craft. He's amazing. Wait, I should get you off of him. Like he did. Like, look at this.
Talk about Zerg design.
Zerg design? I don't really know what I would say about Zerg design. Like, he's got like a Zeratul. This guy is amazing. Check out Sancho Craft on Instagram.
Didn't Bits of Box do a what are those little blow up guys called? Not blow up.
Baneling?
Yeah, didn't he do a Baneling?
He did something that was like a Baneling, but it was more Tyranid. He called it a Hive Might. It was really good. I think he gave it to Marco. Or he sold it to Marco or something.
But I like the Zerg flyers. They look so disgusting.
The Mutualisks? No, not the Mutualisks. What are they called?
Two, and they're both cool. Well, there was
Oh yeah, Mutualisk and a Guardian, I think.
The Guardian was funky, but it was like a weird...
Big crab.
Yeah, I like that. That flyer.
So I said earlier, let's get back to sculpting. I said earlier that I didn't like having the like weird faces on this, and I tried to like take them out. But then once you're kind of happy with it, it kind of helps to have more texture on it. So I'm trying to like work those back in.
Colin Duffy says, "Can you help me find the video about Tyranid design with Brother Pink?"
What? There's no video. I never made a video, man. There's only the. It's my podcast. It's our podcast.
We weren't videoing at the time. Jacob Foster says, "Mutual list." Ketchum says, "I heard it. That would be super big model." Jacob Foster says, "Like mutated," and Ketchum says, "I would like a multi-winged with insect wings." Peter Hansen says, "Yeah, maybe a harpy or a hive crone would be less ambitious."
I want to get back to that comment about the Tyranid design thing.
Sure.
If you go on modernsynthesis.com and you look up, I think it should come up if you look up Tyranid design, but our podcast, Xenos Alchemist, you can find it on, I think, pretty much every podcasting app now. And one of the episodes is Tyranid design. And I actually started making a video about it, but then I think I had to like update my computer and it deleted the video, and I'd spent so much time on it that I just got really frustrated and didn't go back.
What do you think about making a Tyranid model that had multiple wings? Like a front set and a back set?
That's cool. I like that. People have done that, and it looks good.
You can make it work?
I don't do winged Tyranids. Like, have you not noticed that? I like never do winged Tyranids. Kind of because I don't believe that they work. Like, I don't judge other people, but they just look so big and heavy that the only winged Tyranid I ever really loved was... Like, I like winged Tyrants. They're okay, but Hydra's Odonata, it was, like, based on, like, a dragonfly design, but it had dragon wings. And that one looked like it could actually fly. Like, it looked like it was fast. He put, like, jet engines on the back of it, like biojet engines, which I'm weirdly into.
That is, the nice thing about this jet is that it doesn't take one of the 6 appendages, right, to fly.
Yes. Because...
Sorry, what was the thing you were directing me to? Tyranid design on Modern Synthesis? What is it?
It's a podcast episode we did. It wasn't on Modern Synthesis. It's you got to look it up. Look up the Xenos Alchemist podcast.
Okay.
I don't know if I posted a post on Modern Synthesis about that episode. I think I did. But yeah.
With an X.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
Xenos? Yeah, Xenos with an X. But I should make a video for it. One day I want to make a video for it, but it's a lot of work.
Stitcher?
Stitcher? I think it's on Stitcher, yeah. We have it on Buzzsprout, which is what we host it on, but you should be able to find it on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
Somebody need me to post in the lid? Oh no, direct link. So Kajan says, "I'm not saying it would be awesome to do an insect wing paradigm, but I feel like insect wings, it would have to be large. It would be a bumblebee situation." Colin Duffy, I found the Colin Duffy found it for it. No, I found it for later listening. Thanks. Okay, you found it.
Awesome.
Peter Hansen says, "I was thinking much larger than that. Hence my concern it would end up looking like a Mothranid. And I am looking forward to the Tyranid range review you teased on the interview."
Oh yeah, we've already actually recorded that, but it's going to take me forever to edit it. That's a good one. That's a lot of fun. We got Hydra and Moloch back on the podcast, and we just talked about Tyranid design, like the more recent stuff, and there was a lot of shit slinging. But and then I may have surprised them with something. But I guess you'll have to wait till the podcast to find out what that was. It's going to be a good one.
Waiting is great.
But the next episode of the podcast that's coming out is we're going back to Kroot. I did an interview with the guys who started Siege of Peck, whatever the hell. And I'm going to try and get that up next week. I'm not going to edit it very much. I'm just going to put it up on Tuesday because they're doing that Kroot challenge, Kroottoberfest.
Jacob Foster says, "I can't wait 7 months, Mr. Pink."
Wait, what? What did Jacob say?
You can't wait 7 months for your...
Okay, it won't be 7 months for the Tyranid design, I promise. And because the thing I surprised them with is kind of time sensitive, so we need to get that going. So the next episode is going to be Kroot. The following episode after that is going to be... I did a talk with some lady gamers about like being a woman in the 40k hobby and kind of their experiences and kind of like the bullshit that they put up with, because I think it's crap. And yeah, so that's going to come next. And then after that, it's going to be the Tyranid design one, but I don't know that it's going to be in like 3 weeks. I think it's probably going to take me a little longer.
Yeah, John said, "Oh, so it is a podcast." He was thinking it would be a video with images.
So that one will be a video. Our old episodes are just podcasts. Our new episodes are videos.
You should probably just upload the podcast on YouTube as well.
Why?
You know I'm all about that crude. Also, Lady Gamer sounds really interesting and eye-opening. Colin Duffy, have you seen Phalanx from Shadow of Colossus? It looks like an inspiration. Oh, yeah.
What? I want to see this. Phalanx from Shadow of Colossus? Phalanx PH?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Tyranid name, the Tyranid Phalanx.
But it should be like a group of them to be a phalanx.
Right. Well, it could be one of those creatures that's multiple creatures fused together. That would be cool.
Whoa, this reminds me of some like Zelda dragon shit. That's kind of neat. I mean, weird. I can't tell what I'm looking at, but maybe that's how Shadow of Colossus works.
Oh, here it is.
Cool. That's a good recommendation. Okay, I need to stop sculpting because this putty is starting to get a little wonk. Oh, and it's 10 o'clock. Jeez, I was supposed to end early. Oh, well.
What were you doing?
Well, no, this week at work is insane. So I just need to sleep and get up early and do more work. Yeah, you know how it's my birthday on Friday?
Tomorrow, for me.
Oh, yeah, that is like the day when I have to do the most work. It's like our big, huge work day. I'm like...
Are you going to open that present I sent you?
I am. I'm saving it for Friday so that when I'm killing myself at work, I can open it.
Saving is dumb.
Should I open it now?
You'll be like, what's this? Yeah, do it now.
Okay, I'll open it now.
Good, put it down.
Okay. We'll do one more unboxing because this is apparently the stream of unboxings. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can see the change. Okay, let's make this wide.
Today's sister-in-law's birthday.
Today's sister-in-law's birthday? Oh, yeah, I sent her. I thought it was tomorrow. I mean, yesterday.
Oh, shit, it probably was.
Our brood mother told me because apparently she's got it on her Instagram or Facebook. God. And she, so I sent sister-in-law a message because sister-in-law is awesome.
She's awesome.
She sends me all the cool videos of your kid that you don't send me.
Half the time I send you a video, it's her video anyway.
Oh, good. Well, then I'm glad she's recording it. Oh, but Line did a weird thing. It deleted all my old videos from her.
It does that. It deletes all your stuff.
What a dick.
You can still see like a thumbnail or you can still see the photo, but when you try to open
Yeah, it's got a big X on it. Okay, so we're done with sculpting. Now we're going to do the unboxing of Brother Pink's gift.
It's not a box, it's a tube.
Untubing. Maybe we should do it like this, because...
Also, I think you should open it as soon as it came. But...
What?
Well, it's a poster.
Yeah, but what? I should open it as soon as it came?
So that it doesn't get super curled.
Oh, I don't think it will really change that much. Oh, now I've got a whole workshop to put this thing up in. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, I still haven't done anything with that other art that I got. I still don't know what to do with it. That's it? Okay. Done! What? Whoa! Whoa! Well, this is kind of funky. Adam Savage model making scissor lifting toolboxes.
It's the toolbox he had when he worked at ILM for model making.
Yeah.
And it's all the tools he had in it, how he organized it, whatever. He drew it himself, too.
Holy cow. So this is what I got to work towards.
Well, you got to make your own.
Well, I started.
Your own poster of...
No, not my own poster, my own toolbox. I got this thing. Which is not nearly as pretty and nice and funky as this thing. Which was my first toolbox love that I found in a used shop. It was used for indigenous medicines. And when I found it, it had all kinds of indigenous medicines still in it. And the lady's like, do you want me to take all this out? I'm like, no, why would I want you to take all this out?
I'll smoke these.
No, I smudged some of it. Like, I smudged some sage in it. But, yeah, so this is my like go-to artist box for traveling because it can fit all my sculpting tools and all my putty in it. So I took this to the cottage, but then I had to have this whole other box to carry other stuff. So
with those tools, you should line it with either like foam or something so they don't jostle around so much.
yeah, you're smart. I realized that with toolbox number 2. So this was the thing I pulled out of the garbage dump up at the cottage. Pink chrome, because I'm Mr. Pink, you know, that makes sense. Well, actually, I don't know if this is bright enough. No, I don't have one. Shit. Okay, whatever. And yeah, so it's not like Adam Savage scissor, but it's a makeup kit, so it opens up and you can put all your stuff in it. And I figured that I should probably line these with cork because I have a bunch of cork. And they're scummy. Anyway, so this is my new toolbox of dreams, but I kind of don't want to give up on this wooden one because it's so cool. But so I'm putting kind of glue and cutting stuff in here, but I'll work towards that Adam Savage. Thanks for the poster, boyo. Thanks. All right, the stream has quickly devolved, so thank you for fixing the OBS comment problem.
No worries.
And it was good to chat with you. Is anyone commenting? Should I say goodbye to folks?
I put it full screen. Rock it down. I'll say your salutations and whatnot. I recognized it at once. Opening birthday presents and wishing well early is supposedly bad luck.
This is what I heard. That's why I didn't want to open it.
Whatever. Life is short. Open things when you get them. Oh, I've never heard of that one. If you think crude sound interesting, look up CJ Pack on Instagram. There's a bunch of us. Stephen Watts, cool gift and supporting at Tested. Good work. Nice case, good and cheap. Kajan, I am aware of the Renegade Crude. They're great. Jacob Foster, yo, I need one of those. Kajan, great present. Colin Duffy, good night, everybody.
Good night, Colin Duffy. Good night, everybody.
Stop poking it.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah, stop poking it. Thank you. All right, we're done.
Start cleaning your fuzz off of everything.
God, I want to go to bed. I'll clean the fuzz later. Yeah, this is good because the putty, you can see, we've been sculpting for, I guess, has it only been an hour since I mixed this? I can't really remember, but it's getting, oh my God, it's got so much of this fuzz in it. It's getting kind of bitty.
Seven Lucky says you can get cantilevered wooden sewing boxes that open like that one. Oh, Nanny had one for her buttons.
What? Where'd they go? I want it.
One, but it needs repairs. Good night, everybody. Stephen Watts says 3 a.m. Early night for me. Thanks for stream, dude.
You crazy dudes who hang out in the UK and watch this stream, you're my heroes. Thank you so much for doing it because you should all be in bed. But I'm glad that I can entertain you, hopefully, while you're not in bed. And I hope the sculpting, there wasn't so much sculpting on this one, but there was some. And I hope you enjoyed the weird paint review that I did at the beginning. If you're thinking about buying a nipple.
Your putty is an hour and a half roughly.
Is it though? No, I didn't start. So I started sculpting at 8:30. I thought it was later than that. Oh well. All right. Yeah, this has been a decent stream. I'm glad to be back to my normal setup, so I have real internet and I don't have to try and promise you guys streams that don't happen. So
rated, I eternity to catch up on it. Scotland is 3:03 a.m. David Hill says we're nuts over here.
Oh man, I love Scotland. Scotland's the best. Definitely the prettiest part of the UK. Someone tried to tell me that I was in Canada and that it's beautiful and there's no pretty beautiful parts in... I guess it's not the UK. Scotland's Scotland. And then I told him that Scotland was the most beautiful part of the UK I've ever seen. But anyway. All right, good stream. Thanks for showing up. David, thank you for sending this amazing handle thing. I look forward to using it a lot. I hope I helped y'all with your decisions about nipples. I don't think you need nipples, but I already got my nipples. Cheap nipples in this form. I don't need them in this form, but if you really like having giant paint pots and have a big giant case for your big giant paint pots, then go get some giant nipples for $2 to $3.
Blitz Mechanica sent you a link for the wooden sewing box on Instagram.
Thank you, Blitz Mechanica. I will look into that. Although, really, I don't think that I need an excuse to buy more boxes. I already have too many, but I like the idea of it. Okay, I'm still poking. Okay, we're done. Oh, is this the part where I shut down the stream and it doesn't, like, die on us? Well, I guess it did kind of die, but you saved us from that, so thanks, Boyo.
No worries.
And I hope you have a good day at work.
Yeah, it's gonna be busy. Actually, I'm just gonna model make all day. It's a hobby all day.
Really?
I
Lucky
have one
man.
class at 4:30 p.m.
Oh,
And
wicked.
that's it.
You live in the dream, then.
Just this week.
Well, that's good. Enjoy it while it lasts.
And then I have to work on Saturday.
Give my love to your missus.
I will.
And to your spawn, even though he probably won't listen.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thanks, man. And thanks for sending the poster.
Alright, enjoy.
Alright, I'll see y'all next week for the stream.
Bye.
Bye.